this kind of makes you question some things now when it comes to Superman. We've always known that Superman is the most powerful thing in the universe. All you gotta do is get this nigga to a red star galaxy and you can whip his daggone monkey ass. And he's a regular person.
basically.
So,
And if you can double down, you find a sun that has a green hue to it. He could just wither away and die.
so it makes me think now, how powerful is Superman?
Hey, what's up, it's Rashad Antonio. We are the DCU and me. Fresh off of seeing, it's been a while. It's really been a while, guys. Fresh off of seeing Supergirl 2026 in theaters. Of course, all spoilers. Gotta talk about a thing to talk about a thing. For posterity's sake, make sure you guys are subscribed to all the things, especially YouTube. We see you guys on the podcast side. Thanks for listening.
Yes,
We
sir.
appreciate that. TikTok, IG, Facebook if you're nasty, and threads
Threads.
to have a
Yes,
conversation.
we be seeing y'all on Threads and Instagram, y'all. Apparently, very
Showing up. Y'all,
opinionated
yeah,
up
yeah,
there,
y'all showing
showing
up.
up. We like and we love it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll be answering back. All right, Tony. Go ahead.
Hmm. Oh, okay, go ahead. So, went to go see Superman. I went to go see it up here and everything.
Girl.
And I said, man, pardon me, Supergirl. And
Before you get into all that, what
I
is your one word description of the movie?
one word description of this movie. Redundant.
And it took me a while to get to this. My one word
Hmm.
description of this movie is basic.
Okay. Okay.
And and like, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I know you forgot,
So
so I was going, you can do that at the
so
top.
so why I say redundant is this. I fear that James Gunn is starting to make the same movie over and over again with just different characters. We've seen something like this before. I what I need for James Gunn to do, and mind you, I'm not saying this is a James Gunn hater. You know, I like James Gunn. I love what he's done. What I'm gonna need for James Gunn to do is to get me a if he's gonna do this, if this is just gonna be his wheelhouse, which is he is the dawn of the DC universe
Yeah.
for Warner Brothers or whatever. I'm gonna need for him to give us a superhero movie that doesn't feel Guardians of the Galaxy-ish light. And a lot of this movie felt very Guardian of the Galaxy-ish light. And if he's going to do this as well, I'm going to also need his movies, these DC movies, to not be like, hey, we're going to introduce to y'all a whole bunch of people. We know he can do group movies. Guardians of the Galaxy is it. We've seen him. All three of the movies, me and Rashad love those movies. We think those are some of the best MCU movies put together. I will need to see him do something where it's really one it's about the one person the most and not a hodgepodge of people. Not saying that this wasn't a hodgepodge of people as far as or is this. I feel like a character that I was very excited about seeing was Lobo. I think we missed the mark on Lobo. I think a lot of people felt that Jason Momoa was perfect to play that role, but this movie could have been something else. And if Rashad knows me, and I feel like I know Rashad, if it's one thing we hate in movies, it's annoying bastard ass little kids. And this was an annoying bastard ass little kid.
Oh man.
I feel like Rashad, that laugh makes me feel like Rashad disagrees with me on this. I'm just saying
Oh man.
that
Like
little girl was annoying. Like I groaned almost every time she talked. every time she came up on the screen for her look. I understand the whole, we've seen the story before as far as, oh, you don't want that on your heart, kids. You know what I'm saying? For vengeance, is it always the best thing or whatever like that? I just it I'm not saying I not like it? No, I'm not saying I didn't like it, but I'm just like I needed something just a tad bit different. This movie to me was this movie should have been called Supergirl. White girl wasted.
This that yeah. The okay.
That's what it's the
When how can I say this? I say like around the halfway point of this movie, I was very I was okay. This movie is very okay. And I mean that in the most like nicest way
okay, wait.
possible. Like, yeah,
Yes.
like it is maybe I should have said the movie, the one word for this movie is milk toast because it's just it's just like, all right, yo, movie. And
Eh, eh,
it's like I'm gonna try to get this thought out, then you can
Yeah.
go off. It's like
I just want to say I feel the same way as you, and it may have seemed like I came off as
no, no,
this
no, no, no,
nigga
no. I
hated.
feel this. I feel the same way.
Okay, I just
Like
want
I
to,
wasn't as okay. Like I wasn't as mad at the kid this time. I don't know why. I wasn't as mad as at the kid, but
Wow.
yeah, I was surprised because I mean she did watch her family get killed. Other than that, like all right, y'all, cool out. So I walked away from this film like I just really hoped there was gonna be more to the story because on its on the surface, um, seeing Supergirl as as like the opposite of Superman, that has
Hmm.
the makings of a great story. Like seeing how her hurt and
Hmm.
pain has shaped her life, and seeing how Clark actually had a pretty decent growing ups, you know what I'm saying, in Kansas
Hmm.
with Ma and Pa Kent, and how he views his world, which is Earth, and how Kara viewed her world basically dying from the inside. And then her parents, like, all right, we need to jettison you out of here because we want you to live. And her trying to find her place in another world. And that juxtaposed with Clark's optimism and her like sheer pessimism, like it's on paper, this should definitively work. But
Hmm.
there's something about how I got it. Her emphasis to change, like that, I feel like that's really like the true issue because it doesn't feel like it was a personal thing. She basically had to change on
Yeah.
behalf of somebody else. So the girl Ruth, like Ruthie, um, basically she had to see the change because she didn't want, like you were saying, she didn't want her to become a
Hmm.
killer like her. When in
Hmm.
actuality,
Hmm.
she may have been best served by becoming a killer. Even though the girl is maybe like 13. I mean, on the real, like I know people be like,
Yeah.
yeah, like you shouldn't be like that, but maybe she should have got her lick back. And maybe that should have been
Yeah.
Barbara having to wrestle with people gonna be out here just like you too, and you can't save them. I don't know, but because the change
Yeah.
really wasn't like an internal motivation, it was an external thing. Like, yeah, I think that's for me like
Hmm.
where we kind of missed the mark.
Yeah, I was just thinking in my head, I was like, was this DC's version of John Wick, with the dog and everything, like, the dog and everything like that. But but yeah, I feel like, and I know this is based off of one of the Supergirl run comic. I can't remember who what this was based off of that. So yes, I know this is source material, but I feel like this is why we take liberties sometimes with source material. Or what I would have really enjoyed to see, Rashad, was I bring it back to Lobo, where we see the first like 5 minutes, 10 minutes of this movie. Supergirl is on her spring break.
Yeah, it's
Girl's gone
Tom
wild.
King's
White girl wasted,
Woman of
like
Tomorrow.
drinking a tie. Yeah, okay, yeah. So she's like just going to different galaxies where there's a red sun, so she can get drunk as all hell and party and all of this and that. I would have loved to see something where story could have kind of been the same, but Lobo, her and Lobo end up having to team up, and she's sitting back looking because he's a drunk too, doing some of the same wild stuff, and she can sit and then maybe she have a cathartic moment of, yo, do I look like this? Is this what I'm out here doing? You you
Yeah.
you kind of get what I'm saying? Like, is this how I'm really moving? Like, I'm going like, you know what? Maybe Clark is right. Type type of thing with that. That I was hoping we could maybe get something like that or whatever. And I okay, I might have went a little too hard on a little girl in the movie or whatever. Maybe I did or whatever. No, I don't think so, but maybe I did. And the whole, I represent clan this, blah 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 blah. The whole speech, the whole my name is Maximus Decimus Meridius. She kept giving
Oh, that's
each
so
time
funny.
or whatever. It was just like it was like all right, Ruthie, I get it. I get it. And then too, it's I go back to as well. Why exactly did what do they call them, Bendarians or whatever? Was it what they
Yeah.
call or whatever? The villains of the movie, like why did they go to her father? I know he was a swordsman, but I was waiting for something to be like, he backed out on a deal with these people and they was coming to get their get back, or something a little more than just them
Yeah.
being, nah, we're villains, we're sex traffickers, which is what they were. This
Yo,
this movie
oh,
was also about
whoa. That,
sex trafficking.
yo.
Let's
So,
call it what it is. this
yeah,
this
so
movie
the,
was about sex trafficking. They are a race of individuals where they just go around snatching up young humanoid girls to reproduce, to make sure that they keep having men because
because
evidently that's
their
all
their
they're
race is
able to
only
produce. But
men,
they
which
gotta
is absolutely
is only
wild as a
men.
concept. And they're the
Yeah,
brigands, and Krim is the leader.
the brig. I said Big Darius. Jesus.
It's close enough.
Uh-huh.
They're very inconsequential. So Krim, like, and here's the thing too.
Mm-hmm.
I really I kind of like Krim as a villain. The only thing was like he wasn't in the movie enough.
I will say, mm-hmm.
Like he just what like
Yeah.
he only had like, to be honest, he only had a few scenes, and like we established that he is, like you said, he is a very old school mustache twirly villain, because it's just old school, that nigga evil,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. But I would have loved to see him be evil more often. You know what? Because even when after they leave the home planet and they go try to find
Mm-hmm.
Criminum, and they on the little like space bus, and the random
Mm-hmm.
girls hop up in there, it's
Mm-hmm.
like there's just some like, and which was a pretty dope scene. Like this movie has that so many elements of like, damn,
Yeah.
like this is okay. Because at the point, I was like, oh, this is kind of good. But in retrospect, it was like this could have just been Criminum,
Yeah.
like fighting them on a
Yeah.
little space trolley to get to wherever they had to go to. Because everything was like, okay, we need to get to here, to get to there, to get to here, to find them. And then it just was like, y'all just hopping around place. Like I understand, like
Mm-hmm.
everything got to be one place, but it's just something about the
Rashad, just like what movie?
what?
Just like Guardians of the Galaxy, yo.
Yeah, just like
It's
Guardians.
just like
And
Guardians.
you know what the
We've
sad part is,
seen
Tony?
this.
You know what the sad part
Let's
is?
seen this with,
Nigga Gunn didn't even
huh?
write this movie.
What's that?
I said Gunn didn't even write this movie.
He didn't.
Nah, it's this chick named I'm sorry, not
Man,
chick.
and
This
that
lady
makes
named
it worse. That makes it
Anna
even worse.
Nogara. Anna Noguera. I don't. It's
And
Nogueira. So like she wrote, of course, James
yeah,
Mr. Gunn EP'd it and all that good stuff. But so he had like hands on as to what
yeah.
this is going to be because it has to fall in line with everything else is happening
Hmm.
in the DCU, which we can talk about later, may or may not be a thing, depending on how the this merger goes. So
I,
yeah, what was well, I
you want
remember
to
to
know
talk
what
about it.
Krim was giving me too?
What's that?
Krim was also. I like Krim as a villain. I did, but I needed more villainism from him. But he was giving me a more evil taser
I was
face.
about to say
I'm
the
sorry.
same thing. I was about to say the same thing, bro. Ain't okay.
He was
He
giving a more
was like
evil
he was smart.
taser
He was
face.
smart Taserface. Oh man, 'cause Taserface was stupid as hell.
Yeah,
Oh, he was not smart. Oh
he
man,
was
that
an
is
idiot
very true. I
with
am
a horrible name, but
Taserface.
which is,
He said,
I mean,
"What
he
a
was
stupid
giving.
name is
I
that?"
am taser. What? That
Rock is funny, boy. Like
taser
yeah, like
face. Yeah, it's just, yeah, yeah.
yeah. I
Things
don't.
like I,
Yeah.
and then too. I'm a person too. While I'm watching the movie, I'm able to watch a movie and also gauge the audience around me as well, or whatever. And while watching this movie, I wasn't getting any background noises from audience like ooh or laughing parts or huh or this and that. It was just like silence, like what are we watching? It
Like
felt
you were waiting
it
for
was
something
giving
else to happen.
right. You it was like
Like yeah, like
you were waiting.
you were
I'm gonna tell you.
waiting.
I'll say this. This is one thing that I thought they could have done as well with this. But they doubled down on this. James Gunn and them are doubling down on this. I don't know what the big payoff is for this, but they're doubling down on this. Because we see in this movie that Kara, Kara, she, is it Zara, Kara, Supergirl, her plant, her home is basically Argo City, a part of Krypton that they surround themselves in and basically blew themselves away on that. So she speaks very fluent, very good Kryptonian. I was expecting and hoping that they kind of retcon or rectify what happened in Superman with his parents being these, you know, go son, go and conquer. And this because we've never known
They
Jor-El and them to
yeah,
be that.
they definitely
They
doubled down
doubled
on it.
down because Supergirl's father is Jor-El's brother, and they saw the spaceship leaving. It was like, oh, this is Jor-El's son going to conquer. I said, no, please. Like I felt like they could have rectified this where at some point in the movie she'd be like, that's not what your parents are saying. They're not saying, saying Luther is just, that's
No,
not what your
no,
parents are
no,
saying. Your
no, no,
parents
no.
are
And I'm
are
not
saying that
even I ain't got no
they
problem with that
double.
because
Uh-huh.
again, that makes Superman have conflicts with his actual mission of being on Earth and how he has to
True.
find, like a semblance of peace about his people was
Yeah.
really out here like
Mm-hmm.
everybody else in the universe, but he chose
Right.
to be a quote unquote human. So you go back to
Which is fun,
go ahead.
but it makes it seem like Jor-El was the only one acting like this because when
But
they
not
talked about it, they were like,
I
I'm,
mean,
so
maybe.
I said to myself, I'm like, so the Kryptonians, the Viltrumites now? That's what we doing?
Yeah, slightly.
Hey, Rashad, I call things like I see it.
Oh
They're the
man, they
Viltrumites
the
now.
Viltrum.
I mean, you try to. Is it all of them are the Viltrumites, or is it just Jor-El that was just his old Viltrumite type thing? I'm just
Okay,
calling
put it like
things as I
this.
see it, man.
Like, okay, so
Uh-huh.
let's go back to Superman. Um,
I'm
Superman.
sorry.
No, no, it's okay. No, because I kind of want to explore that notion. So
Uh-huh.
Superman in the movie,
Mm-hmm.
right? Who were his villains?
Mm-hmm.
It was it was damn, what's the just
It
a
was Ultraman, the clone of
yeah,
him,
yeah,
and Lex Luthor.
yeah, Luther, yeah. I was about to say
Uh-huh.
Luger. I said that's definitely your
Eh,
producer.
Yeah,
So
uh-huh.
yeah, so it was Lex.
The total
Um,
package.
yeah. So it
Uh-huh.
was Lex, and it was the hammer of Moravia, whatever, and
The
like
Arabia.
yeah, yeah,
Arabia, yeah.
yeah. So it was all of that, right? Let's just say in a future
Mm-hmm.
iteration, we get Zod
Mm-hmm.
and then and them because they could easily be in the universe as well. Let's say we get Zod. So Zod is going to
Right.
then reaffirm like, nah, yo, we are a warrior race, and you should have been here beating and skiing and creating new Kryptonians. So on the real, like I do understand like your consternation because in
Mm-hmm.
early iterations, like they're
Mm-hmm.
like Jor-El seems like a very affable and kind person, but it kind of goes in
Yeah.
it's like almost the opposite now because now he's like nah, we about to die, we got to make sure that we survive, like the Viltrumites, but he
Mm-hmm.
has to then
Yeah.
choose, unlike
Uh-huh.
Nolan. He has to choose to be a better person. So with Kara then sees that like, okay, my family is gone, I only have one relative just anywhere, which also kind of begs me to ask the question, why was Krim
Mm-hmm.
walking around with Kryptonian lace arrows out of all the things he could have, because he said it's the first time I've ever tried this on
Yeah.
anybody, and look, it's just happens to be you, a Kryptonian, and by the looks of it they're working well.
Yeah.
So I'm like, nigga, where'd you get Kryptonian from? You know what I'm saying? Like for one, and then for two,
Kryptonite. Yeah. Well, you kryptonite for yeah.
like how did you have all this like this info on the Kryptonians? Because you also knew that the you're gonna hide out on a dual sun planet because it had like the green or the yellow. It's a green sun and a yellow sun, and
Yeah.
for
And I
okay,
was
okay,
confused about that because I was
I'm
like,
okay, okay, and this is another thing where like
uh,
what story mechanics come into play. When I'm thinking about it now, I'll be
mm-hmm.
like, yo, if y'all was smart, y'all just would have went to a planet with just one sun. You wouldn't have had it. No, she would have just been regular degular the entire time. So it's like, come on, man. Like, why was you? I know for the story, we had to give her a chance to power back up. But if you really wanted to
Yeah.
defeat her, you would have went in a system where there was no yellow sun at all.
And then I got a question too. Like, is a green sun made of kryptonite? Because they conflicted in this right here.
Yeah,
Because
because she was like
Argo, because
dying.
think about it. Yeah, because think about it like this. So, because this is where I come in. I'm not a smart man, but I pay attention to things. The Kryptonians didn't even know anything about this kryptonite stuff until they was figuring out, why are the people here getting sick on their little floating Argo City part of Krypton. And it basically was like, yo, when they exploded, it was some type of interaction with the soil. And they sat there and said it like, yo, it's this new kryptonite. What, like, do you remember that part, Rashad? Like, they made it
I
seem like
do.
they've never heard of this shit before, and they named it kryptonite. They was like, oh, yeah, it's kryptonite. It's making these people sick. It's in the soil, kryptonite or whatever, like
Yeah,
that.
they
Okay,
did. Yeah, they
cool.
did have it like it was like it was a discovery for them.
You know what, nigga? It was just like, nigga, we got this thing called COVID-19. We're trying to figure out what it is. That's what that. I mean, we got COVID-19. We, Rashad, I just call things the way I see them to make it as simple
Yo,
as
man,
possible.
quarantine yourself. Get in the house.
Yeah,
Oh
quarantine
my
yourself.
God, that's so good.
Remember
Yeah,
he was making the shit for his, hey, stay the hell away from me, girl, or whatever like that. They didn't know, but they say it's something in the soil. There's kryptonite or whatever. So I'm thinking now this couple of things because you just brought it up and made me think. Krim has these kryptonite lace arrows. Where the F did he get it from? And how did he know that this is a fast? Did he go to Argo City and like look this up? You could have showed us that if they did that. Made it more compelling. Better yet is this a green sun. Is that made of kryptonite as well? Because we have never known this in the Superman lore. And like she was, God, I'm weak. Oh my, no, she was dying. You saw like the varicose veins popping up on her and shit like that, man. So that's why I think they kind of missed out on some things. Another question I have. This is Superman related, Rashad, but not with this movie.
okay.
This kind of makes you question some things now when it comes to Superman. And this is what I mean by that. We've always known that Superman is the most powerful thing in the universe. He's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. All you gotta do is get this nigga to a red star galaxy and you can whip his daggone monkey ass. And he's a regular person.
Basically.
So
And if you can double down, you find a sun that has a green hue to it.
Green,
He
yeah,
could just
bro.
wither away and
You
die.
can wait. You can leave him there, drop him off, leave him there, and he will die. So it makes me think now, how powerful is Superman? Like if this is going to be this DC universe, if I'm all the villains and I find this out, I'm going to red star systems and green star systems and doing all of my diabolical stuff because guess what? I know I ain't got to worry about him coming nowhere near me because he can't do nothing about it. Now other folk, Wonder Woman and all them coming, yeah, they might pack you up, but I ain't got to worry about the Kryptonian. Just a
Yeah.
thought,
No,
Rashad.
no, no.
Just a
That's
thought.
so legit because I mean the only person the people who know this supposedly is Krim and like the brigands. And it looks like
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna kill all the brigands. Like I
Yeah.
think that whole race is dead. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's this this movie definitely creates a couple of very interesting questions moving forward
Mm-hmm.
for our super people. It's like you were saying, the fact that
Mm-hmm.
they are making these rules for power sets. And
Mm-hmm.
I respect that because I do appreciate that look. Like, yo, Superman can get got. I do like that makes
Yeah.
total sense because you just
Yeah.
don't want him just being like, S tier God status every
Omnipotent.
movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
He cannot have
Yeah.
all the power. Like he has to still be like, be able to be beat for it to be anything close to
Mm-hmm.
a compelling movie. That's why for me, like even when
Yeah.
and this is another thing too, man, we nitpicking this shit. Like there's another thing too for when it came to Kara. Like Kara was really she was really getting got in some instances. It's like I'm not like even like when she was on the planet where she ended up getting the whole black family killed anyway. Oh my God. I'm like, dog, you got the whole family killed. Even the little girl. Like the only little kid that died was a little black girl.
Mhm.
And that really I felt a way about that as I was
Yeah.
sitting there watching.
Yep.
But
I,
anyway,
I I I did too as well.
but
But
even when she was on
hmm
that planet, like it felt like she was she should have obliterated the daggone brigands. Even though I know they tried to poison her, and then use that as
yeah.
the as like the way to like to depower her. But it really didn't take a whole lot of like impact on her. So she should have just been out here just lasering niggas.
So I go back to this. What did they poison her with? Was it Krypton? Was it kryptonite? They ain't even say what they poisoned her with. See, these are holes that I need to know because we've seen in the past where people have tried to do stuff to Superman, Supergirl, whatever, poison, whatever, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you gonna drink this and die?" He's like, "This is delicious. I'll
Impervious.
have another, please."
Impervious to it.
Impervious. It
So
doesn't affect his system. You
yeah,
know,
it's
Yeah,
very,
it's
very
something, and you,
interesting.
and like I said, and I was like you. I was like, all right, girl. And by the time she puked the stuff up, so let's just say whatever did they give her. By the time she puked it and her body rejected it, she should have been packing these folk up. That movie should have been get ready to end, unless my man shot her with a kryptonite bullet or something. Yo, for real. Like it should have been curtains, for real, or whatever. I'm
Yeah.
okay. I really want to know your opinion on Lobo. I do because you haven't said nothing about Lobo yet. I'm the only one that's been like,
Now I feel like to
what we
me, like
doing here?
Lobo,
But go
yeah,
go.
I'll take a step at that. Lobo to me was probably okay. They're trying to make Lobo a chaotic neutral character because he essentially is like, yo, I'm working for money. I got due. I'm only reason I'm coming back here is because I'm trying to get this bounty and I need to get
Mm-hmm.
paid. Like even when he ends up getting caught by the brigands, he says, I didn't get caught on like by mistake. I'm here for a reason. And then when Ruthie
Mm-hmm.
ends up breaking out, figure a way to and that's why like I kind of like Ruthie because Ruthie was smart about some of how she went about some stuff. Like how she got out, very smart. And then even
Mm-hmm.
she goes to unlock him and he instantly does his own thing. He did not give a damn about Ruthie at
Yeah.
all. So that was like okay, like I was cool with that whole thing. And even
Mm-hmm.
during like the battle, he just was really trying to get his money for the bounty. To the point where when he does able to get the money, he just leaves. But the thing that messes me up is like he kind of sticks around and just see what happens. And then also
He peaced out for real.
he didn't even collect the bounty for real. So I'm like, why is you here?
Uh-huh. Oh, I got one better for you, Rashad. It's like they wanted him to be like all he cared about is the bounty and stuff, but we saw him actually cut the cords on the cages when they were dragging the girls up on that planet. Remember? He was the one. They were in cages. He was the one. I thought he was gonna go into some whole thing. I'm here to collect back. I thought he was gonna go into his Leon professional type thing. No women, no children. I thought he was gonna go into something like that. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
was thinking that
yeah,
because when Carl was hurt and down and Ruth and you saw them packing up the girls in the little cages and they were taking them up to the ship, he was the one that cut the cords. So I was like, okay, Lobo is a jackass, but he does have like a no, we ain't doing this with no kids. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? No kids type
That's
thing
what
or
I'm saying.
whatever.
Like
But you were
he's
just
chaotic
like,
neutral. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah,
But he didn't do that. Like you said, then he just hangs around to watch to see what happens. And then he sees that Kara kills kills Krim for you know what I'm saying, for Ruthie. And it's like and he's just like, yeah. I was like, what? What are we what are we doing here? Yeah. you know.
I
You know,
don't know.
and I get why Carr killed, and I get why Carr killed Krim just for that thing because when he when she stabbed him in his leg and said that's for my dog, and then looked at him and was like, "Yo, this is what you did to that little girl," and she realizes that he broke that little girl, and even though that and she knows too, I think, even though she talked her out of killing him, she's still going to have to live with the fact that yo, I couldn't do nothing to help my family, and my family's dead.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and it's in a very like not even so tangential way. It's the same thing with her. Like I couldn't do nothing. My family did too, but the stakes
Mm-hmm.
were so much different. And then with Ruthie, it was just more like my parents were murdered like in cold blood. Like,
Yeah.
because it was crazy because even when like her brother got killed first, I was like, damn. He came out in the room like boo,
I kept,
blah.
can I say something? I kept looking at her brother, and I was like, "Is that Ezra?" Is it me or did he look like
Nah, I ain't look
my
like
dude that
him.
played?
Nah, I know he's
Okay,
talking
maybe it
about.
was
Nah,
just
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe it was just me or whatever. Yeah. He came out. Boo! Oh, snap! Spinal took that blade right into the back and everything like that. Another question I have, Rashad, for you when it comes to Carl. I understand, she's like, oh, you don't want that on your heart. Killing this person is not going to do anything. Is there something she did for that? Because think about it. Because normally, you think about it like this. Normally, when there's a character who's like trying to stop someone else from killing somebody, because they're like, yo, you don't want that on your heart. You don't want that on your mind. It's not going to cure it. It's because they've done it, but they never show it. They just show her being like, hey, kid, you don't want that. Or you know what I'm saying? Or
That is very, yeah. Like I was,
once
cause
again, Rashad, I'm here to point out obvious stuff. And I hate it to sound like we're nitpicking this movie, but when you leave little threads, I'm gonna pull on those threads with stuff, man. Because like it's not giving, you know, it,
no, you're right. You're right because they could have easily showed some sort of like because we had no flashbacks. We had a
mm,
flashback when she of her time on Argo City. We saw all that how
mm-hmm.
that commenced. We saw like her um
Her mother's funeral,
burying her mom, how she got
uh,
crypto as a
everybody
pup.
dying,
Yeah, yeah, just bodies, bodies, bodies. Yeah,
right?
everybody dying on the
Her
planet.
landing on Earth and
Yeah, like
and Clark taking her
speaking
in.
Kryptonian, and Clark is like,
Uh-huh.
nigga, I don't speak that. And let's go to the house, and
Yeah.
her figuring out and all that. Like, so we see all that, and there could have been some instances where we've shown like her like really having a hard time adjusting, or her trying to
Mm-hmm.
be a hero on Earth and just murking niggas, and her and Clark having debates about the best way to be a hero on Earth and
Yeah.
how we shouldn't just be indiscriminately killing people, but we got to make sure that
Yeah.
we can bring people to justice. And of course,
Right.
Justice League eventually. So they could have easily could have been seeding for some other things too. So like
Yeah.
this is okay. Aside from aside from my early observation of we don't really see an internal conflict get
Mm-hmm.
resolved and with her. We
Mm-hmm.
also They also did a lot of telling and not showing,
Yeah.
which sometimes like if it's written in a really clever way, you can kind of get past that. But when it's a movie like this, when you're already setting aside flashbacks and scenes in the past to kind of like have a like a non-linear origin story, you got to
Mm-hmm.
show the scenes that really make the person a person. And
Yeah.
they kind of they were almost there, but I think like you
They
were
tiptoed
saying,
around it.
yeah, they tipped on it. If they would have showed us like how like why she had the issues of not her wanting the little girl to kill Krim,
Mm-hmm.
that would have that could have that would have definitely brought up my grade from this movie at least another letter grade, because
Mm-hmm.
then it would like, oh, okay, I can see now I can connect the dots. And also, really quickly, Sony, I like I want to make it very clear. I kind of did like this movie, but
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
fact that there were so many things that could have just made this movie better, like it just
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's kind of it's very telling that they just was like, nah, we did it. And the sad thing, Tony, a lot of this shit could have been actually done, cut, and just what I'm saying, they just had to they edited it out for time. This movie was only an hour and 50 minutes.
Let's call this what it is, Rashad. This could have been a mini series.
This movie could have been 20 more minutes, and it could have really rounded everything out.
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah.
like one thing I do like about this movie is the pace. The movie
Uh,
moves. Like we
oh
not
yeah.
like we're not sitting down. It's not a lot of BS and dilly dallying
Mm-mm.
around. We're getting to the point.
Mm-mm.
So I do appreciate that. But this movie could have benefited from some actual, okay, let's sit down, let's have an actual conversation. with Ruthie and with Kara, or with Kara and Lobo, or Lobo and Ruthie, or Krim and Kara, just so we can actually have some meaningful exposition. I mean, because you was using flashback as your main tool for exposition, it could have easily just went back to the well with that and explained and actually like really went over some things with the audience so we won't have to be
Yeah.
filling in our own lore or or
I,
trying to ask niggas after the fact like so Craig Gillespie, what was you trying to do with this, that, and the third, or
right.
Anna, like, or Anna, how do you pronounce your name, like, what, when you were writing this part, like, did you consider this, that, and the third, like, we shouldn't have to do a whole lot of that after the movie's over.
Mhm. I have two more things and then I'm done on what I got to say with the movie. So no, this is it seems to me they really, really, really was trying to rush to put this out because, and I say that as in this, you are establishing this new DC universe, okay, and you're saying stuff is gonna be connected or whatever. My nigga, we didn't even get a post credit, a mid credit, or a fart scene afterwards. We didn't get nothing that's going to show us like what is this leading to, any, you know what I'm saying, or anything like this could have been the perfect way to set up for the next movie with what we believe is the next villain, Brainiac. Where Brainiac could have seen a post credit scene where Brainiac actually went, took Argo City, saved it, and shrunk it down and put it in his collective like he does in the comics. But hey, I'm just Antonio. I'm that nobody. Could have been
Hell,
leading
that
to
would have
where we
been a
going
great
next.
idea.
Oh, would have been great to do. That's why I said it seemed like they just want to rush this out because of this. And that's that. My last comment is this. I wonder how did you feel Millie Alcock did as Supergirl?
I really liked her characterization of
I did
Supergirl.
too.
I don't, okay. A lot of people think that Millie Alcock was the problem with this movie. I don't think no individual actor and or actress was the problem with this movie. Like, it
The
was one of
story
those,
was.
yeah, it just was like the story just wasn't tight enough. I mean,
Yeah.
it like I really don't, because as I get older, the more you like the
Hmm.
and as you start to really delve into how things are made and how things are done, like, we gotta stop blaming the performers for some of these things. A
For
lot of these, because they're
for
taking
bad stories.
direction from people. They have to read lines that they don't make, and plus, especially with a movie like this, ain't a whole lot of ad libbing going on. It's gonna be like, look, read these lines, my nigga, because we gotta
Yeah.
make sure that it's in line with what was going on next. It's, and think about it too. Like, Millie Alcock is not Robert Downey Jr. She can't freestyle. Oh, I am Iron Man
Uh-uh.
type of line. They like,
Yeah.
hey, cut.
This
Hey. What the hell, man? What the hell?
yeah.
Did you
This
forget the
like I
line?
said, this like I said, sometimes the story is it. I mean, perfect example. Ben Affleck is Batman. I will go to my grave. He's possibly one of my favorite Batman,
It's
and
pretty
he
good.
one of the best Batman. But some of the stories was just not
That's
it.
great. And it's, what's funny too? The funny
What's
thing
that?
is, as many problems that this movie had, there still was a more coherent film than Disclosure Day.
Very much so. Very much so. Very much. Very much.
It's okay.
Very
And
much so.
I think for me it was like the questions that we have, those questions
Hmm.
that are posed because we wanted to dive deeper into what was going on, and not like
Yeah.
what the hell is going on, which
Uh,
was
yeah.
what Disclosure Day was.
Disclose.
And people still
It
trying, and
Disclosure
people,
Day is Disclosure Day right now is in the lead for me for disappointment of the year when we do our end of year
bruh, like,
rewards.
it got to be
Disappointment of the
something,
year.
something has to really
It got to be.
placate that.
Please, I hope it's something worse than that for real. But yeah.
to
I
be
think
true.
this is my closing thought
All
about
right.
the movie and the DC before we go into break in this. My closing thought is this: James Gunn, if you're gonna do this, DCU, that's if we still do it. I put that caveat there, Rashad, because you brought that
Absolutely.
up with
Yeah.
the merger. If we continue this, and if this still has happened, I'm gonna need for you to go to the drawing board and even tell people who are doing this movie or writing this movie, hey, everything don't have to be Guardians of the Galaxy ish or whatever. Because let me tell you something. If this goes through and we get this Batman movie, and I feel like this Batman movie is Guardian of the Galaxy, this DCU experiment is dead to me.
Yeah. Speaking of the merger, because right now it's of course it's media
It's in
moguls,
limbo.
the Ellisons, and trying to are in the process of buying all of WB, and
Mhm.
our amazing FCC, Trump-led FCC, is going to approve that. And it's just a matter of time for everything is written up. I think people are trying to push back on it, but for all intents and purposes, the next year to 18 months, um, they will have bought Paramount will have bought Warner Brothers. As of today, there is no um, there is no talks about not having Peter Safran and James Gunn head of DCU. As of today, there's like, oh yeah, we keep it thing everything as is, business as
Yeah.
usual. We're gonna keep this thing going long as it's profitable. We don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But when companies merge, it says, especially here in the States, if you're not in the States, I'm not sure how y'all do it over there, but in the States, when companies merge, people lose jobs. So
Jobs.
there's going to
Big
be
time.
because put like this, because I don't even understand how they can buy this company when they're already in debt with the company that they have. So money money don't even make sense here.
Make it make sense for Shy.
In America, like this is nothing like even like if you want to be honest, even there's some grumblings of Starlink wanting to buy T-Mobile. I'm like, how Elon gonna buy T-Mobile? He ain't got the money to buy it. But
We just
It's America, and that's how the money is hella funny here.
even with the media stuff here on the local television news station thing happened. Next Star Media was purchasing Tegna Media. Apparently, it was done, written apparently they thought like Earth, Wind and Fire. It was written in the stone. I had a friend that worked at a Tegna Media station, and she was like, "Yeah, well, it happened, whatever." By the end of the week, they sent Tegna said, "Hey, how y'all doing? We're done." Next Star sent over the stuff and said, "Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to Next Star family. This is the new insurance packages. This is that. This is the new email system." 3 days later, FCC and stuff came in and said, "Wait a minute, we putting the kabayash on this. This is getting out of control." No, they had to switch everything back over to Tegna. So the next star purchase of Tegna thing right now apparently is still in court limbo, but from my inside sources, that ain't happening there or whatever. So it's a wild,
It's
it's the
yeah,
wild wild west with that. And
it's a mess over here right now.
but if things do go through, and if it do go through and whatever, I wouldn't be surprised if James Gunn back with MCU again.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
we'll have to see. It's gonna
We'll
be
have to see.
interesting 2.5
It's-
years over here in America to
Yeah.
see what to see just to see how much y'all
Hmm.
really want this to be like this anymore. Yeah, we're gonna see. We're going to see how much y'all really love it like this.
And
We're
me and
gonna
Rashawn
see
aren't
how
making
much y'all really want it like
we aren't
this.
making this a political thing, but we gonna see.
We
Is
nigga,
if this the life y'all want to live? If everything is gravy, if everything is gravy, that's all I'm
bro,
saying.
don't hey man, don't let the
Eh, eh,
Europeans in the World Cup fool y'all.
yeah.
We can act when we got visitors coming to the house, but like
Yes,
This shit is a mess right now.
we're mhm.
Okay. All right.
All
Let's
right.
let's let's let's
Great time.
grade this time. What you got,
You
Tim?
go first this
Oh
time,
yeah, I
sir.
went first last
No,
time.
I said you first this time,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, okay. All right. C minus.
Rashawn, that's exactly the same thing I have. A C minus.
C
I
minus. I'm
told
to
y'all.
be very honest. Like
I thought the movie
I
was
know we
decent.
talked a lot of shit about this movie, but like
Uh,
the way this movie looks,
yeah.
the music, um, the actors, actresses, the performance did a decent job, but it's just it was some very clear story constraints that
Hmm.
held us back because this could have been so much better.
Right. I will say this, like you said, how it looks. James Gunn has mastered doing space operas or movies in space and stuff, and kind of keeping true to the physics of it is. Like I thought one of my favorite scenes was when Kara had her breakdown and she flew off that planet and you saw her going through the different levels of the atmosphere, and when she got to the last and she was in space and she yelled and you didn't hear anything but you know she screamed because no one can
Nah,
hear you
man.
scream
Yeah,
in
you
space.
know what I'm saying? All right,
Aliens.
yeah. There was some really good. Like, this movie had a lot
Hmm.
of really like smart moments,
Hmm.
that I appreciate. Even like the like all the flashback stuff when it was
Hmm.
on Argo City, or even how we saw like Krypton on the verge of blowing up, and how they just enveloped themselves, and
Hmm.
it was very apocalyptic. But like all the stuff is real, like how this movie was made, how it looks, like all the stuff is really good. But it just
There's
was
a
like,
few
man,
things could have made this better. This might have been a C plus, maybe a B movie.
could would have been a strong B minus for me, bro. But yeah,
Hmm.
that's it for this, man. It's gonna be a minute before we see DC, you and me. I feel like we got some cartoon stuff popping off pretty soon.
Oh my God, they are not playing around, Rashad. I mean,
Not at all.
let's see, we got a trailer. We got, oh my God. So we got a trailer for season 2 of the Cape Crusader Batman, which was a surprise show for us
Oh,
last year.
absolutely.
A very surprise show that we loved. It was in the stylings of Batman the animated series or whatever, and they really did a great job with that. And that's and we know even though that's DC property, for whatever reason, Warner Brothers said, "Nah, y'all can go shop that and do what you want." And Prime said, "Thank you,"
We'll
and
take it.
took that.
We'll
And
take it.
we'll take it, and they've done it. And I know probably I know Warner Brothers and them right now, like, oh my God, I can't believe we did that. But DC animated universe has been cooking, going on what 20 plus years now, Rashad? Coming up on 20
Easy.
plus years now, and they are getting ready to drop the Nightfall series of Batman, not the series, the Nightfall trilogy movies for
Three-part
Batman.
movie, bro. Like that's
Understand what I'm telling you right now. That is going to be great. If you're not familiar with it, I'll just say this is when Batman finally gets introduced to Bane. His first encounter with Bane, and it don't go too well for old Batman. But DC animated universe has been killing it. And I know, and I expect nothing less with this. If you
you
want
know
to
who's
see something they did,
who's voicing Bane?
no, who's voicing Bane?
Michael Manda.
Very good, very good. I
Very
think
good.
what was the last big DC project they put out was the Infinite Crisis on Infinite Earth 3-parter, which was a banger. And I don't even know why it's not even on HBO Max is a DC property. I went to try to go look for it, and I
Yeah.
was like, "What the hell? Like, where's it? It couldn't find it. Can't find it nowhere." So
Yeah. Yeah. This
I don't know,
is
man.
I don't know
But
either.
yeah,
But yeah, so that's coming up, and then of course in the fall we got Clayface.
mm-hmm,
Trailers that have been popping off, and that looks gonna it's like it's gonna be a proper horror movie. And yeah,
mm-hmm.
I'll be, as the girlies say, I'll be sad for that. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Episode
Season
two,
3, episode 2.
House of the Dragon. If you have not seen our episode 1 review, go back, bruh. We were rarefied air that day. That shit was so
Also,
fun.
too, I want to thank to all my people watching, to everyone who watches House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones stuff, to all fans. everybody, but I really want to thank and appreciate the Black Game of Thrones fans. Listen, me and Rashad, what, 45, 44 years old. We are in
Absolutely.
our age. We're in our age right now. We're growing up. Liking stuff like that, you kind of kept it to yourself a little bit, because oh, you're a nerd. Why are you watching that type of stuff? Blah blah blah, this and that or whatever. You kind of kept it to yourself, but you still be like, I don't care. I like it or whatever like that. To see so many different types of people of the Black diaspora, the African American, especially diaspora, who love this Game of Thrones universe and has fully entrenched. Like literally, soon as that, listen, y'all. I think I've told I got to be at work every morning at 3 a.m. in the morning. I slept in the middle of the day and woke up in the middle of the night just so I can watch it. By the time that episode was over, social media with the black folk of the Dim Thrones, yes,
On it.
the black folk of the black fans that love Game of Thrones, Dim Thrones, you know what I'm saying? In words of the watch, all that we're on it with the memes, with the because Game of Thrones is possibly one of the blackest, non-blackest shows you could ever watch on TV because there's so
Bro,
much stuff in it
shout out
that we can
George
watch.
R. R. Martin, just uninten
Yeah, yeah.
making that thing so unintentionally black. And maybe
Truly,
he was, maybe he was thinking about us. I don't know, but either
I
way,
don't
man,
know.
like
Yeah,
it's one of those shows where, like, man, I really, it's just fun, man. It's
yeah,
absolutely the most fun we have doing this pod
yeah,
is the
yeah.
Wester Bros. Make sure you
And
subscribe to
shout
Wester
out to
Bros on YouTube.
Rashad for chopping up some of the stuff and the clips he's put out on Instagram and stuff. Man, we getting
Bro,
reactions and the views and stuff. And I think literally up until like Thursday, this past Thursday, we were just finding stuff, memes and stuff, and people and the stuff people were saying, and just send it to. And it won't just me sending to Rashad. I would send to Rashad stuff that people sent me and everything like that. And I mean
so good.
this. I mean, they really can cook and keep this going as long as they really want, as long as but the thing is it has to be good, and so far it has been good. Yes, season
Hmm.
2 was a little but it still gave us what we wanted, and we just had whatchamacallit earlier this year, a night of the Seven Kingdoms, which was,
Was a
I
banger as
mean,
well.
just
Yeah.
just a banger as well. But yeah, but you will see us tomorrow. Episode 2, House of the Dragon, Rhaenyra's Wrath. I'm gonna call it already Rhaenyra's Wrath. Rhaenyra's Wrath, because she is not gonna be a happy camper for what
Not
we
at
got going
all.
on, man.
Can't
So,
wait,
like I
bro.
said, we appreciate you guys so much. Like, share, subscribe. And hey, tell us what y'all thought about this as well. If you think we wrong and you want to give us, hey, we'll talk to you, cool, whatever. Just keep things respectful.
Put it
You
in the
know what I'm saying?
comments.
We put in the comments. That's
Put it in
all.
the comments, man.
That's all
And
I got, Rashad.
hey, me too, man. We appreciate y'all. Till next time.